Hey, what's up, y'all? Jesse Jameson here, tax deed dude. Super pumped. We are in the highlight of tax lien season right now. If you haven't already gotten your deposits in, make sure to do that. You only have a couple more days before all of them go off. Remember, tax lien season, it's only once a year. It happens for about 2 to 3 weeks, and we're right at the end. Literally June 1st is around the corner, and that's when half of them are going off online at least, and some of them are on the steps of the courthouse, whatever you plan to do. But make sure you get those bids in, right? Like today, like as soon as you watch this video. So this is going to be really just kind of a hands-on video that I want to show you guys how exactly I bid in these tax certificate auctions, because it is a lot of data and there's a lot of information. So I'm going to go through it probably really fast, but I'm hoping that you guys will be able to slow this down and just kind of take what you can from it. I'm going to show you literally exactly the tools that I use. These are the actual bids that I'm putting in from start to finish, okay? A lot of you have been asking for some information on how to place the bids in Lien Hub, and I'm gonna walk you through how to do that exactly with this video here, all right? You excited? Let's get going. All right, so as I mentioned, a few of them have already gone off. It's May 27th as of this recording, so we've already had a couple counties like Lee County, St. Lucie County go off. We got a couple from them. Not too much to write home about for that one. If you ever need to come back to the schedule or find any updates or anything like that with the dates, you can always just go to lienhub.com. On the left-hand side here, it'll say Cert Sale Schedules, okay? Pick any county too. It'll also say that at the bottom. So I know that right now, we're gonna go ahead and walk through Charlotte County, okay, guys? This is one, I really like Charlotte County because it has proxy bidding. Which again, that means whatever you bid, it's going to bid down for you. So if you are bidding 15% and the next highest person is 16%, it'll actually bid you at 15.75%. Okay, so you're never going to pay more than you have to. With direct bidding, you pay 50%, it's going to charge you 15%. Just like if you put 0.25%, you're never going to get anything better. I don't like direct bidding. Proxy bidding is the best. You can do direct bidding if you're trying to get those quick hits with the 0.25%. There's no problem with that, okay? But also bidding groups. Bidding groups, I go off about this all the time. These are the hedge funds and the banks and all the capital venture groups that have like 3,000 LLCs, and every single one of those has a bidder. So I will actually show you what that looks like in one of my other videos. But basically, you can pull up that there's a... Actually, you know, let's just go. Let's just look at it. I'm a visual person. I know you guys probably that would help you guys as well. So let's just go ahead and do this. I'm going to show you what the bidding groups look like. So right now, let me find one that's already gone off, our first batch here. I want to go to St. Lucie. All right, well, let's check out St. Lucie. And I will show you exactly what I mean of why we do not like bidding groups, okay? I'm going to go ahead and go through the auction schedule. And again, this one has already gone off. Oh, I'm sorry. Got to sign in here first. 1 second. Okay, so you do have to sign in to get to the auction calendar here, the auction schedule, excuse me, to actually go into the auction. You can look at anything. You don't have to register to bid right at this moment. But if you do have any of the auctions coming up, you definitely need to get those deposits and register right now today for those June 1st auctions, okay? So here, we're just going to go straight into reports. And I'm going to show you... Let's get our columns and show you the bids. You can actually pull this up and see a whole bunch of information, right? I'm just going to go through this real fast because this is going to be a super long video if not. And I want to see all of the bids for these, okay? So I added my columns, save. Okay, so it's giving me all of these. So again, also you can hear hide redeem certificates, hide remove certificates. These are the ones that have already been taken out. But again, so here you can see the bids, right? 1.8 million bids. Guys, this is not 1.8 million people. This is multiple venture capitalists or hedge funds that have, you know, hundreds of thousands of whatever LLCs, and they have a different bidder for each one of those. So it's like a lottery system. You know, if you buy 1,000 lottery tickets, you're going to have a much better odd than one person that has one lottery ticket. Make sense? Okay. So now let me show you one that does not have that, that is much nicer to bid in, and you will see the difference. So Lee County is another one we already went off this week. Lee County is a good one in case you guys ever want to do that. And we got our bids up here. So now you can see, we're going to go ahead and hide these just for apples to apples. And there you go. Okay, we have 35 bids. We don't even get into triple digits. Okay, this is why we do not bid in counties that have group bidding. Look, there's no triple digits. You can win all day long in this county. Okay, and again, this is another one that has a proxy bidding. Okay, so when we see bidding group cutoff, we want no bidding groups. Okay, if you bid in these other ones, you're really going to get junk. You can get some good deals, that's fine, but why would you go to the competition when you have winning bids right here? Okay, just think about that. So if it's not too late, you can go ahead and jump in. I have this sorted by the first batch date here. So again, this is May 27th. And you can see right now we have a bunch of these ones in red. This means I'm not going to bid in these. I don't like these for one reason or another, whether it's direct proxy bidding groups. I also know some that don't do automatic ACH deposits, and that's really annoying. I know that's a good problem to have, that you don't have time to deposit all those checks that are coming into your mailbox, right? That's what we want. But if you're going to make it easy for yourself, make it easy for yourself, right? When you have, dozens of checks coming in, yeah, it's great to go to the bank and everything, but you may only get like $10 for these interest, for the interest on those checks. So just be mindful of that, of how much work you want to do. So again, these are ones that I have. I also have a lot of these that I'm going to be applying this year for the tax deed application, because I've had a lot of these for over 2 years. So I went into those counties. I just made a video about that, on how I'm automatically going to pay myself the 5% return on interest with a 0.25% interest rate. I actually just won one in Lee, and that was a property that I had already bid on. I already had tax liens with, and I know that in less than 30 days, I'm going to be taking that to the tax deed application, and I'm going to pay off all of the prior years. That means this year as well, which means I just bid 0.25% on a lien. When I pay it off, I'm paying myself back. I'm paying myself that minimum 5% ROI. And because I'm doing it within 30 days, 5% every month, so 5% in 30 days times 12, essentially I've made 60% APY, right? Big difference between that. Okay, there's 5% return, 60% APY. I want to be very clear with that. Okay, so I'm going to roll that into other investments. Okay, that's how you get those compounding interest rates. So again, I'm going off and I'm getting excited. So let's just focus on what we came here to do. Okay. All right. So I'm actually bidding for one of my old-time investors. I do as kind of a just a side favor for them. And we're in Charlotte County right now. It's a good one to be in. We're going to go ahead and go on bid on tax liens, and then I'm going to open it up to our most recent auction, obviously, the 2025 auction. I've already completed my registration steps. Here's where all the information is that you can find. You can see I've already submitted just a few bids, because those are the ones that I just mentioned that we have tax deeds on that we're going to apply for in 30 days and get that interest rate. So I'm already bidding 0.25% on 5 of these bids, okay? What I want to do is go through the entire auction and pull out what I don't want, put in what I do want, and upload it, okay? And there's a really easy way to do this if you are good with Excel. If you're good with Excel and you understand how to kind of work things around. If not, I would highly suggest you go to this search feature first. And what you can do is you can actually put in your criteria, okay? So say if you want the face amount to be less than $1,000, okay? You can say face amount less than $1,000, okay? And then you can run that search and you can save your criteria as here. So this save criteria as is going to save the formatting of this section. So it's going to come up here and say saved search criteria. So you can come back to this anytime. Once you save this criteria, it's basically your filters. You can come back here and put it back in, okay? So I'm actually, let me just go ahead and pull up my 5 to 20, because that was a really good one that I did earlier. So basically our face amount is going to be less than $1,000. Our assessed value is going to be greater than $5,000. And just to be on the safe side, my just value is also going to be $5,000, okay? So let's go ahead and we'll save that search criteria. Okay, so we've run our search automatically and it comes up here. So notice it only gives me the columns that I asked for, okay? If this is fine, this is what you want to do. You can add others, as many as you want. You just say add a row. But from here, you can just say save criteria, or sorry, save list. There we go. Save list as in the right. It's a little confusing. So we're going to do our ta-da list. Boom. Okay, so now I know I am confident with bidding on these. Just say that's good enough. We're going to go to bid. And then under here, we'll see our ta-da list, okay? Make sure when you hit this ta-da list that your batches are all batches, okay? By default, it will sometimes go to just a specific batch. We don't want that. We want all the batches, okay? So from here, we're gonna see all of the things that we just filtered on. So we have 269 pages. Just for shoots and goggles, we can hit this hide removed certificates, and it looks like it doesn't bring it down too much more, okay? From here, if you're good with this, if you've looked through everything and you've said, hey, I really like all of these, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. You can put in your autofill rate right here, okay? So if you don't wanna take any less than 18%, you can put 18%, you can hit autofill, and you will see it says 18%. You are not done, okay? You are not done. Now, we have one more. It says submit all right here, okay? Click this, otherwise you're not gonna get crap. Okay, click that button. Okay, if there's anything that you get from this video, make sure it says submitted 18%. Okay, good? Bueno? Awesome. All right, I'm gonna withdraw these just the same way. If you decide, hey, I really don't wanna do this, or hey, guess what, I found out I don't have any money, just click withdraw all, hit okay, and it'll reverse everything that I just did, right? So you can see we withdrew 18%, now we're not bidding on anything. But now I accidentally took away my 0.25% 5 bids, so I'll have to go back and do that. Okay, so that is how you bid on thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of properties all at once, right? Going back to the search feature, I actually don't use this search feature. I actually use the reports, and then I do a mass bid upload, okay? Because I like to see everything all at once in one spreadsheet. So instead of going to search, I go ahead and go to my reports, and I've already got my columns in my basic upload format. I created this report format years ago, and this is exactly the columns that I know I want to use. I have a lot of information here, okay, so don't get overwhelmed by this, but I need these first 5 at least. This advanced number, batch number, parcel number, and face amount, and I'm gonna show you why in just a second. When I go to upload these bids, it's gonna have those same 5 columns, okay? So you'll see when I get done with this, but I'm gonna go ahead and hide and remove the redeemed and remove certificates. So now we have everything. So this is everything. I haven't filtered at this point, right? This is just all of the liens that are still up for auction. Every single one of them, 269 pages, okay? We have 13,000 certificates we're about to filter in less than 2 minutes. Are you ready? All right, let's go. I'm going to take this and pull it out as an Excel sheet. So I'm going to download it off to the side here. All right, awesome. So here's all the data. I'm going to geek out really, really fast here, guys, because I love data, right? We love data. Now, don't let this overwhelm you, okay? I'm going to fly through this. Feel free to pause, slow it down, whatever you need to do. But I've got another like dozen counties that I need to bid on in the next like 3 days. So I'm going to go ahead and just make this and kind of show you real quick what I'm doing. And if you want to do the same thing, go for it, all right? You might be wondering, what do I do with this data, okay? Well, we have a lot of crappy liens, okay? We don't want junk liens. Don't want junk liens, okay? Don't buy sewage, waste disposal, landfill areas, guys. Let's be smart about this, okay? It's 18%. So what? You're never going to get that back unless you go and take it to a tax deed application, and now you're paying $5,000, $6,000 for worthless property. You don't want that, okay? We don't want that. So here is my Power-Filter Playbook that I personally created that gives me the filters that I use, okay? So guys, go ahead and write this down, totally free, whatever you want to use it for. I'm going to go through and I'm going to tell you right now. So I do the face amount, and it's based on my goals. I personally don't want to do anything more than around 2,000 to 2,500 face amount because I want more diversity, okay? I'm also going for a higher interest rate, and usually that's like vacant land properties. So I'm going to go ahead and sift through this, and I'm going to take out anything that is greater than, we'll just say $2,500, okay? So here, I don't want these. I'm filtering them so I can delete them. So I'm going to just select everything and delete it. And I'm going to move on to the next thing. Okay, my assessed value is greater than $5,000. We're going to clear that. Greater than $5,000. All right. Oh, sorry. I went backwards. I did my own mistake. Let's go. Less than $5,000. Okay, so these are all the ones that are less than $5,000 in value. Again, I'm going to do the same thing for the just value just to be on the safe side because sometimes they are different. But if I just sort, I can see that they're not. So we're good with that. The next one's going to be the land square footage. I always go for greater than 7840. I believe that's 1/10 or 1/8, 1/7 or 1/8 of an acre. Okay. And the reason we do this is because you can't build a house on less than that normally in most counties. Okay. Yeah. Austin, Texas, maybe they like go straight up. You know, New York and stuff, but we're in Florida. Everybody likes a little bit of land, a little bit of lawn. Make sure you get some gators crossing into the pool, that sort of thing. So we're going to go number filters less than 7840. So now my land square footage, these are all the ones that are too small for me, for anybody to build a house on. And we're done. So next one we have is lien-to-value ratio. And this is one that I like to add in there. It's not necessary, and sometimes LienHub isn't exact precisely to it, but I like to do a lien-to-value ratio of 0.03. So I'm going to do greater than to remove anything that's 0.03 or more, okay? And really this means that I just don't want to pay more than 3% for the lien of what the value of the property is. I just know because with the tax deed application, you're going to be paying a lot more. So if your face value is $500, you're going to be paying $500 to get it to a tax deed application in 2 years. You're going to have all the other liens behind that you have to pay for. Normally, like I do a 10x rule. I think if I'm buying a $500 tax lien, I may have to pay $5,000 to get it to the auction in 2 years. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So I take everything out that I don't have to. And again, this is just what I do. You don't have to do all this. I'm just giving you guys the kind of rundown of what I like to do. And the next one we do is the prior certificates outstanding. This is another one I really like to make sure I don't have too many, because again, like I just said, if you get this lien today, 2 years from now, it's not redeemed, they haven't paid the taxes, you can take it to the tax deed application. You're going to have to pay all of those other back taxes, right guys? So prior certificates outstanding is how many other prior years have not been paid to date. This means, you know, the last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. If you see a lien that has more than 4 prior certificates outstanding, that means that there's at least 2 other bidders from prior years that have decided for one reason or another to not bring it to the tax deed application yet. That means you might be buying a junk lien. Okay, so just remember that. You don't need to know a whole situation. You might be buying a junk lien. So just take those out. It's just not worth it. All right, guys. Next one. Actual tax balance less than $5,000. This actually goes back into the same thing of how much you are going to be charged to take this to tax deed application. For whatever reason, some of these are coming up as 0 certificates outstanding. The tax balance is actually 4 times more than the face amount, which is really weird. I don't know why that is. But again, we don't want to go to a tax sale and have to put in $9,000, potentially $12,000 by the time it gets to 2 years from now, all for a $2,400 lien. Okay, that may be your motto, that may be what you want to do. That's not what I like to do. I don't like to have $10,000 just sitting out there for no reason. So what I like to do with this one, I actually am going to take it down to $5,000. Okay, so anything that is above $5,000, I'm just going to go ahead and remove. Again, that's just my preference. Okay, so now we've gotten through, I believe, everything. Use code description, last one. This is probably the most important, guys. If you do anything, just make sure you take out junk liens like wasteland and sewage places. Okay, so I'm going to go through real quick and just kind of look at all of these. Migrant camps, boarding homes, you never know. Like the land on these is a lot. Okay, I love vacant land. That's what I deal with most. So I'm going to go ahead and leave those in there, and I know that the value is there if we need to. Here we go. Right of ways. These are junk liens. You don't want to buy a street, guys. Do not buy a street. Do not buy an irrigation channel that has full of you know, trash and alligators and stuff that you cannot do anything with. Okay. The rest looks good. Single family, you're going to have all over the place. Vacant residential. Here we go. Undefined. Take these out. I don't like these. You know, if the property appraiser doesn't know what it is, I don't want to bid on it. I don't know about you guys, right? So let's go vacant residential. And we go. So yes, we have 3 more that are showing up vacant. Again, I don't know what they are. They don't even have land square footage. I don't want to, this is probably just junk liens, okay? Here we have good stuff, vacation sales, warehousing, this is all commercial. We're good. Awesome. Now we are left with 1,009 liens. Well, you might say, well, it's going to be a lot of work to put in 1,009 bids, right? No. Check this out. Okay guys, this is how the pros do it. Okay, that's the whole reason I made this channel. The whole reason I make these videos is to help you guys, the the underdogs, the mom and pops, the little guys that are just trying to get a few bucks in their savings account, right? So what we're gonna do, we go to Lien Hub. We're still in Charlotte County. I'm gonna go to upload, and here we're gonna see a bid file. Okay, download bid file. We're gonna download this bid file. And this file is basically every single certificate, every single lien that is going up for auction, even the redeemed one and stuff. It's all of them that they put out for this auction. What we're gonna do is actually delete all this information. I just want to leave this header row, okay? And remember what we talked about earlier? Having these, okay? I'm gonna go back to my bid sheet, and as you can see, let's make sure we're clear and make sure we sort. So, I have my advance number, my batch number, personal number, and face amount. These are all gonna align, okay, with these first 4 columns. So I'm gonna go ahead and just copy those first 4 columns. Okay, that's all I wanna do. And now you'll see we have a 5th column called bid. This is your percentage. Imagine that, right? I don't know what I wanna bid on these, right? I kind of have my strategy, but what I've done is I actually went out and guess what? I got data. I got data from last year. So I'm super excited that I can see what other people are doing, and I can go ahead and snipe what I think the interest rates are going to be, all right? You want to see it? So guys, this is super pretty. I love this. I took all 31 counties from Lien Hub last year's results, and I put them all into separate tabs, right? Separate spreadsheets for each county. So I actually can go and look at Charlotte County and actually see what people bid on last year for the winning bids. Okay, so from here you can see, let me open this up for you. We can see that a few of them got 18%. These were probably, the stragglers, the junk liens, if they got struck to the county. Unfortunately, some poor souls buying over-the-counter liens in September, and they're getting these. Okay, so we can come in right at 17.75 if we want, but look, 13.75. This is a really big bidding area, okay? So if I want to come in and I want to beat 13.75, I can drop it to 13.5, okay? Same thing with these. These are probably single family homes. Again, the vacant residential lots are going to be kind of upper interest rates here. Single family homes are going to be here or way down here, okay? 0.25 is going to be a lot more. I guarantee that, okay? So let's go ahead. Actually, let me take this off of, oh, I did filter it. Let me go ahead and take that off. Whoops. Don't make my mistakes. There we go. Okay, that's what happens when you play with your spreadsheets. So what we have here is, let's go ahead and make this a little bit prettier and sort it out. And we can see, so we have these blank winning bids. These are the ones that we do actually want to filter out because those are the ones that either did not go to auction, probably did not get redeemed. So now we have our 18. So now we have 0.25. These are all the single family homes, commercial properties, things with buildings on them. You can see a lot coming in at 7 and 6.75. So if I really wanted to, I could go down to like 6.5 and probably win a whole bunch of these. But I really like high interest rates. I like to sit on these because then I could take them to the tax deed auction. If you are in it for just getting that quick 5% ROI, switch and filter everything to something that has a building on it. Take out any vacant residential, vacant commercial, and just do 0.25% because that's the only way you're going to bid and win some of those with single family homes. With that said, I know it's a lot of information. I'm going to go ahead and drop it to 13.25. I'm really confident with that. So all I'm going to do is just do 13.25 and fill it in from there. So now my bid on 1,009 liens is going to be 13.25%. So we're going to go back to Lien Hub and upload our file, and boom. So again, you can see here the same thing that we did earlier. Our minimum rate is going to be 13.25%. However, see how it says submitted? We withdrew that original one. Remember, number two, submit all. Do not forget that. There's 2 steps to this at least. Submit all, make sure it's submitted, boom, we're done. We just took 21 pages. We took over 1,000 bids and just upload them in a matter of seconds. So y'all, that's how you filter and bid thousands of liens in one day. This is what I mean when I talk about working just like a couple of weeks out of the year to lock in ridiculously high interest rates and keep getting random checks in my mailbox every month, okay? Florida's tax lien season, it's only a couple of weeks during May and June, but guess what? Tax deed season is all year long. We're also working those on the side right now. I just won 2 this past week in different counties that should land me about 20 to 25, maybe 35,000 each. So if those numbers pique your interest, check out more info at floridataxinvestors.com. I hope you got some good stuff out of this video. Let's settle up for success, and I'll see you on the next one.